What do you think is the biggest challenge facing the Inland Empire right now in this current economy? Anybody have a thought on that? No taker. We have a taker.
So I'll preface it by saying I work for the city of Riverside, so we deal with this. I think one of the big problems we have is the perception of the Inland Empire, that it's low-class workers, non-educated, businesses aren't here, businesses are fleeing. So I think that's probably one of the biggest challenges we as a region struggle with.
Thank you, Greg. And that leads us to our next thing. Greg is actually going to make a short presentation on the city of Riverside and tell us a little bit of why we should be here in Riverside. Greg?
So we actually had and I move around as well, so sorry, cameraman. We actually had a video that we were going to show, but in reviewing the video, I noticed that the former mayor was talking in the video, and so for job security, we decided to can that video there.
I'm cool with that.
Out of respect to our mayor here. Well, my name is Greg Lee. I'm with the Office of Economic Development, and I'm going to talk to you in a few seconds once we get the PowerPoint up.
I like that video.
It is a good video, by the way. It is a good video. Well, I'll keep that in mind next time. But I'm with the Office of Economic Development. And one of the things we talk about in economic development, I see some here that are in the business of it, is how do we explain what we do? My daughter says, Dad, what do you do every day? You work for the government. Oh, I'm in economic development, honey. She's 12. Dad, what does that mean? So basically, when we talk about it, our mission is helping businesses create jobs for our community. We believe that government doesn't create jobs. We create an environment that helps businesses grow, and our goal is to foster that environment. So 2012, 2013 success stories. We helped add 2,300 jobs, added and retained. We had 156,000 impressions from e-news. We have an e-newsletter that goes out. Make sure that you stop and grab a card so we can add you to that list, because there's a lot of great information that comes in that e-newsletter. We helped add 1.2 million square feet of space, both office and industrial. And most important, oh, it's not on there. We'll skip that part. It's not most important. So 2012, some success stories. Riverside Community Hospital expansion. This was a $315 million expansion. 400 temporary construction jobs were created. When it's done, there'll be over 300 jobs created. I'm actually going to put my colleague on the spot, Sherry Shimshock, if you don't mind standing for a minute. Sherry works, she handles our Business First program, and so Sherry was responsible for helping to bring this. This wasn't something that was granted was going to come here. It was actually a proposal that went out, and the city of Riverside went out after that proposal. Also, oh yeah, I'm sorry, Sherry, go ahead. Also, the recruitment of HeyNeedle.com and World Kitchen, these were two that we directly were involved in. HeyNeedle actually came here and said, we're not going to come to Riverside unless you provide us some incentives. Both of these are online retailers, and HeyNeedle said, look, we need a tax incentive, we need tax breaks, we need a shared tax agreement. We only provide these sort of incentives to a very small population, a very small sample of companies. HeyNeedle didn't meet that requirement. And so we sat down with both the owner of the building, the broker, and the management of the company, and came around with a way to do that without any tax incentives at all. And World Kitchen also was one that we worked with. So when you order something from HeyNeedle.com, if you live in the city of Riverside, I had a colleague of mine just tell me, he ordered a dog couch, and he ordered it on a Thursday evening. It arrived at his door Saturday morning. So if you want to buy something online, you get it right there and get it pretty quick, fairly quickly. So our 2013-2014 Economic Development Action Plan, we sat down, we figured out, what are our goals, what do we need to do, and how do we measure these things. And so we have something called Seizing Our Destiny, and there's 4 pillars in Seizing Our Destiny. We decided to follow along with that. Catalyst of innovation, location of choice, unified city, and intelligent growth. We look at catalyst innovation. How can we help build the ecosystem, the tech ecosystem here in the city of Riverside? We've done quite a bit over the years. I've worked with Amro, I've worked with TrueTouch, Riverside.io, and some of the things we want to focus on is business incubation and co-working space. As I said, we can't create jobs. We help build a community that can create jobs. And so facilities like this help entrepreneurs locate and help create those jobs. Leveraging UCR School of Medicine, the first medical school west of the Mississippi in over 50 years, recently opened. How can we leverage the resources of the medical school and help create jobs out of that and help create businesses from that? Location of choice. I'm going to let the mayor, because I know he loves to talk about Fireball Run when he's speaking. But Riverside is a location of choice. And so how can we let people know how great a place Riverside is? We talked about the perception of Riverside, of the inland region. I call it the Inland Empire. Some people don't like to call it that. I grew up the Inland Empire. To me, it's always going to be the Inland Empire. But so we want to make sure that people can see events that take place here. 2013 Fireball Run, the mayor was on the road for 8 days. How many miles?
2,500?
2,500 miles on a adventure rally is what they call it. And the final day, we had thousands of people coming to downtown to see cars, to see everything that took place with that event. Splash, if you watch Splash on TV, RCC just finished their pool. That was taped live right here in Riverside. Also, the expansion of the convention center. How many people here live in the city of Riverside? Raise your hand. Or from the area. If you remember the old convention center, it was old, and it was tired. And it made it difficult, a lot of times, to book certain conventions and get certain events here. When you take a look at the new convention center, which construction is just about done, the grand opening will be the first quarter of next year, you are going to be surprised, astonished. We got a chance to take a tour of it, and it is absolutely amazing, a first-class venue. And a little fact you can share with your friends, this will be the first Riverside facility that has an escalator in it. I was just told that, so maybe you won't share with your friends. I don't know. Jeez. Unified City. There's something that I like to say, and I'm hoping the rest of the team takes it on. We like to focus on conversations and customer service. Those are two simple things that you can do every day to help attract businesses and help get people. Customer service. We want everyone in the City Hall. It was said by our city manager, Scott Barber. Everyone in City Hall has to understand that economic development is everybody's job. So whether you're cutting the lawn, whether you're fixing a light pole, or whether you're in the Office of Economic Development.
Or airport director.
Or airport director. Mark Ripley, the Lakers winning by 15 right now, by the way, unfortunately. It's economic development is everybody's job because we're making the city a better place. And regardless of what you do, you can help out with that. Also, business first, as I mentioned earlier. How can we help businesses get through the process easier? You know, when you tell a business that we don't have any cash or incentives, we'll help you process your plans, it doesn't seem like a big deal to them until they get stuck in the process, until they can't pick up a phone and talk to a single point of contact about their plans. That's what Sherry does. If you're a business, you have one point of contact to talk to about anything regarding the city, and they'll connect you with that. That's our focus on business first. Intelligent growth, going out and explaining to people about what we do and how we do it. Last week we did a broker outreach out in Orange County. So a lot of folks from Orange County have not visited Riverside. So we get the opportunity to go out there and tell them about Riverside, tell them the importance of Riverside. We had a broker talk about the market. What's the market like out here? We had a developer talk about a project that he's doing in Riverside so they can talk to somebody who speaks the same language. We also want to focus on foreign trade. We work closely with the County of Riverside and their Office of Foreign Trade. How can we leverage foreign trade to bring jobs here in Riverside? We've got an incredible website, exploreriverside.com. There's two tools I want to focus on. I'm going to wrap it up here because I know I'm running out of time. If you're a business or you know a business who's looking for a location, they can go onto our website and riversideprospector.com and access property research information. The new one, Size Up, large corporations have access to a ton of business intelligence. Through Size Up, you can put in your business, you can find out revenues of companies of like size, you can find out demographics of companies like size, you can find out who your competitors are, who are suppliers that you can access. And again, that's all at exploreriverside.com. So in summary, we focus on marketing, getting the word out, telling people about Riverside, telling what a great place this is, business attraction formation, going out, talking to businesses, making it easy for them to do business, easy for them to start jobs here, and be business retention and growth. Only 1% when you're in economic development, probably 1% of what you do is going to attract business. The growth is going to come out of helping existing businesses create jobs. There's my contact information, and I appreciate the time this afternoon.